How's everybody doing? This is my review for the original Hellraiser movie. And if you're wondering why I'm reviewing these movies now, is because for its 2022 reboot, remake, sequel, whatever you want to call it, coming out on Hulu October 4th. It was supposed to come out October 7th, not 27th, October 7th, but I guess they wanted the movie to come out more sooner because its final trailer came out sooner than expected, I guess, but who knows. It's coming out October 4th, so I guess I'm going to start the review series now. I never really watched the original movie when I was younger. I always did watch the second movie because it was on Netflix for a while, and I'm pretty sure the first movie was on Netflix at one point, and I just didn't watch it, and I just really liked the second one. I wonder if the second one holds up for me. And if not, then I don't know. I'll review it tomorrow, so we'll see. My thoughts have changed. Let's get into my positives. My positives for this movie, and probably my main positive, but actually, no, it's not my main positive, but one of my positives is the opening of this movie. The opening of this movie is just also really simple, where you get this Frank guy who just buys like the puzzle box and he solves it, and then once he solves it, chains come out the box and start hooking him, and then you cut to a scene where like body parts of him and like pretty much all of him is all around like his attic, and then Pinhead is just walking around and he picks up pieces of him and makes a puzzle out of him, which is a little scary and creepy. And then he turns the thing comes back up, but he turns it and he closes it, and then everything disappears. That's a pretty good opening, and I really do enjoy the introduction to this movie, and I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite horror movie introductions, but it is a pretty good one. And my next one, like with the box, it's also like the puzzle box is just really simple. I don't know how exactly they designed it, but I'm pretty sure they designed like 6 or 7 different models of the box, because like to do different things, like to open and turn and all that, or just a plain one. You can tell some of them are just plain; they don't do anything. And it's not a problem with me, but you can tell, which is pretty funny. And the box is just really simple, but I hate how some of the sequels kind of mess it up, where it's just like, oh, if you just do this, you solve it. It's pretty stupid, but in this, you like legit have to solve it. Like, you gotta turn it, press a button, and then turn it. And I think you gotta do other stuff, but it also showed in the new movie of Hellraiser in the trailer, where you gotta do different things to open different things, which is pretty simple, which I do like. And the Cenobites, like Pinhead, the little teeth guy that chips his teeth. I forget his name. Let's just call him Chatter. Sure, why not? And the big fat guy, he's pretty cool too. And the lady, I forget her name. She has like her throat ripped out, and she sounds pretty weird. They're all pretty weird, and they're awesome, which everyone knows who Pinhead is. If you're a horror fan like me, then you should know who Pinhead is. And he's probably the most popular character. Actually, he is the most popular character. And I feel he gets a lot of love that he deserves, which he's cool, but I do like the other Cenobites. They're all really well crafted, and their art design is really cool, and the practical effects that they use for their design is awesome. And Frank's resurrection, this is probably my favorite positive, well, main positive anyways, as when he gets resurrected. Like, I like how the story to this, where originally the Frank's resurrection was just a skeleton coming out of the wall, apparently, which I think would have been stupid, but then New World Pictures, which I'm pretty sure was the production of this movie, they gave him enough money to do that practical effect, which was amazing, and is probably my favorite practical effects of like resurrections anyways. I don't think it's my favorite practical effect, but it is one of my favorites. And Christy, I do enjoy her in this movie. She's pretty good. She's not one of the worst final girls, but I also don't consider her one of the best final girls. But I will say, she barely has anything to do in this movie. I mean, she does, but she just, mostly throughout this entire movie, she just worries about her dad, and she doesn't do anything about it, which I don't really care about, but she is interesting, but that part of the story kind of pisses me off. And the Andrew Robinson, I believe his name is Andrew Robinson. I love the part in this movie where he's Frank, but he looks like Larry. So it's kind of weird. He looks like Larry, but he's Frank, and I like the little change here where it goes like where he seems like the sweet, simple guy who's innocent, Larry, and then later you just see him become this whole different person when he plays Frank, and that is great acting. He should have gotten an Oscar for that. He was amazing at that, and no one really talks about that, and I don't know why. He should have won a damn Oscar for that. It was amazing. And Frank's second death, when all the Cenobites come and they hook him and then stretch out his face, and then he goes, "Jesus wept," I believe he says, or "Jesus left." I don't really know what he's saying, but that part of this movie is amazing and just shows how far practical effects can go. I don't understand why they use digital blood or CGI stuff. Look at Hellraiser. If you want to learn how to do good practical effects, watch this movie. Little practical effects and little money goes a long way. People need to learn that. And now to my mixed aspects. There is a part of this movie where this guy who eats like a bunch of crickets. At the end of this movie, Christy just throws the puzzle in the fire. Then that guy shows up. He grabs it and he's on fire. Then he turns into this dragon demon, which looks awesome. But what's the point of it? Why put him in the movie? I understand because this movie's like balls to the wall is crazy, but what's the point of putting that in this? I like it. I think it looks awesome, but I don't feel that it should have just been in this movie. And now to my negatives. Christy's boyfriend, he's pointless in this movie. He has nothing to do in this movie. He's just there to help Christy out. And then at the very end, like I said, he just helps him out. That's all he does in this movie, and he's pointless. Why even put him in this damn movie? Take him out. If you took him out, nothing would change. Nothing of this movie would be different. I promise you. If you watch a version of this movie where that guy's taken out, it would mean nothing to the movie. And I think, yeah, this is my main negative of this movie. There's like a giant worm Cenobite thing. Whatever it is. It's like half worm, half like scorpion, I guess, because its tail's like a scorpion. And I don't like it. It looks stupid. And I get it probably took a while to make, and the design is pretty stupid. I don't like what it looks like. And when you're first introduced to it, you can literally see the people who worked on it. You can see them pushing it down the hall. It's laughably bad. And I always found that funny. I just don't like the design, and I don't remember if it's any in the sequels. And if it is, what's the point? He looks stupid. But if I put all those things to the side, this movie is awesome. This movie is really good. I don't think this is one of my favorite horror movies, but I bet if I rewatched it a couple times, I would probably say this is one of my favorite horror movies. But as of right now, it's not one of my favorite horror movies. But it is a good horror movie classic, and it's also just a simple movie. And although its sequels are pretty bad, this movie is a good movie, and it should have never gotten any sequels. It could have just done good with a standalone movie, and this is a movie I do recommend that you go out and buy it. And if you guys enjoyed this review, hit the subscribe and bell notification so you will not miss any more of my videos, and so you will get notified for all my latest videos. And if you enjoyed it, hit the like button, and as always, take care.